Hey everybody,
What's happening?
welcome back to the show. Back at it again with Aryan tonight. We're going to be discussing a very awesome book and a very awesome movie tonight. We're going to be talking about The Running Man. We've got the new Running Man coming out, I think, later this month.
It's definitely coming out this month for sure.
Yeah, so we're going to, we thought it would be a cool Chorizo Bros special to talk about
Glenn Powell, I think, is the lead actor in that one.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not too familiar with it, but I think it's Glenn Powell.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be more based on the book than the Arnold version is.
It definitely looks more novel accurate.
It looks like it's going to be more like that.
More novel accurate.
So, I mean, these things are like night and day, right? 100%. So for those of you out there, either one that you're going to be tackling, what we normally do for the show is we like to do a quick like 5-star review, and then after that we're going to go full on into the discussion as though you've watched and or read all the way through. So we're going to go major spoilers. We're not really going to hold back on it. We're going to talk about the acting and the box office and themes and all that sort of thing. So you want to start us off with your 5-star? Start with the book and then do the movie right after.
I love the book. If you haven't read the book is a great way to get into Stephen King. It's not a super long one. It's a very quick read. I'm an audiobook guy myself. About 8 hours on the audiobook. The chapters are super quick. It's a quick hitter. You should finish it. If you're really head fast on it in a day or so. It took me about 3 days to read it, and I don't really read books all that fast. So honestly, I give about a 4 out of 5. It's not the perfect book. It's definitely entertaining. It's very fast paced. It's legit. It's a great way to get into Stephen King or Richard Bachman, however you want to label him on this.
Yeah, it's the same guy. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. For me, solid 4 out of 5 on the book.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Movie.
If you ask 13-year-old me, the movie's a 5 out of 5.
Why am I not shocked? Why am I not shocked?
Adult me, it's probably a solid 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
You got to be real about it. It's an 80s Arnold movie loaded with action. That's what they were going for, quite honestly. The plot, I mean, we're going to talk about it. The plot's like nowhere near what the book is.
No. These are very different things.
Yeah, it's legitimately just a 80s machismo, a one-liner Arnold action movie that was just in a line of other 80s action movies that Arnold was doing at the time.
Yeah, Commando and
stuff
like that.
Predator and stuff along those lines. So yeah, it's still a fun, entertaining watch, especially if you can catch it on TV. It just kind of on the random. Or if you can find it in the bargain bin at Target or Walmart, or if you see it on random on Netflix or something, it's a great watch. It's not something.
Shout out your local bargain bin.
Yeah. It's definitely not something I would go like
out of your way.
Out of your way. If it's on TV, watch it. But solid 3 out of 5. It's a fun watch. It's entertaining. It's a fun watch, but it's your typical 80s action Arnold one-liner movie.
Yeah, for that, it's a 5 out of 5.
Solid 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna land at kind of they're kind of equal in my eyes for different reasons.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for a solid 3 on the book. I'm gonna kind of piggyback on basically everything you just said.
Cool.
It's thrilling. It's fun. It's an easy read. What else do I need to say?
Right.
It's there. If you've read a Stephen King book, you've read a Stephen King book. It's not going to change the world here. As far as the movie goes, I'm going to go at a 2.5, believe it or not.
There you go.
Which isn't terrible. It actually just means average. It sounds bad because it's a 2.
It's halfway.
In a 5, it's like in the middle. And I think we over rate things a lot of the time. Where you go, oh, it's not worth it unless it's like a 4 or a 5.
That's me with a 3 right now, dude.
Whereas a 2.5 is like average.
Right.
So the movie, as its own piece, it's not that interesting. It's just entertaining and fun. And if that's 100%. All you want, then it's serviceable. But as far as like an art piece, it's kind of meh.
Very meh.
In my opinion, I had a lot of fun listening to the commentary, and we'll jump in on this discussion on that.
I don't watch the commentary. I wish I could have. But.
Yeah, only because, and it's not for the reason you think. So let's go ahead and get into the full-on discussion. Those are our ratings. Go and watch the movie and read the book if you haven't. Again, very different animals here.
They're night and day.
But I'd like to start off real quick, only because it's just really odd. because what I had done this morning before you got here was I put the movie on with the commentary track on, because we support our local library here on the Chorizo Bros.
100%.
You brought your copy of it from the library, and that's how I was able to watch it. Now, the more entertaining part about watching it with the commentary was, yes, the movie is still going, so you're still seeing the scenes and the action and whatever, but what was kind of ridiculous for me on this watch, and I've watched commentary tracks before, on this one was the director is very unusual, and I don't think they thought it through when they asked him to do this. Because
do you know who the director was of this movie?
Yeah, he's like the guy from
Paul Michael Glazier.
Yeah. So
who's Starsky? I think he's
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky.
Yeah.
Starsky and Hutch.
I was gonna say that. Yeah. So he starts going off on tangents about how when he was an actor and like completely derails.
Surprise me.
Yeah, he completely derails the conversation. Like, there's another guy with him who I forget how he introduces himself in the beginning, but he'll be like asking him a question, and then he'll just kind of barely answer, and then he'll just like start talking about something completely different. Yeah. So there was one time this happened, and I just like started laughing. I was like, did that really just happen? So there's the Maria Conchita Alonso character, right? Oh, yeah. The love interest in this.
Right, the love interest.
So there's a part where Arnie goes to the apartment, and they're kind of like looking at her apartment, and
he thinks it's his brother's apartment.
Yeah, and in terms of the commentary here, right. The interviewer asks him, he's like, so hey, what was it like working with Maria Conchita or whatever? And he's like, she was good, she was serviceable, it's fine. And then like as he's like kind of like not deflecting the question, Jesse Ventura's commercial comes up in the apartment. And he's like, oh, Jesse Ventura, working with him was fantastic. He starts like, right after the interviewer asked him, like, hey, what'd you think about working with Maria, whatever? He's like, she was okay, and then he goes, Jesse's fantastic. I love working with him. I was laughing just like how you are. I was on the computer because I was like, oh, I'm going to take some notes. And as it was going, he just kept doing that over and over and over, like the whole time. There's one other thing that I'll say.
Jesse Ventura's character is like the embodiment of what that movie is about.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Like he's like,
if the movie came to life, he's
like the microcosm of what that movie is about. Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah. So there's one more thing that happened with that, and I'll get off the commentary because I just thought you would think it's kind of funny. He mentions, he's like, oh, I made a movie that's got 2 future governors, because Jesse Ventura went on to be the governor of Minnesota. That's right. And Arnie, of course, California. Governor. And then there's a part where Richard Dawson is doing his show thing, and he's interviewing this old lady. And in the commentary, he's like, okay, so hey, tell me about your involvement with Stephen King. How often, did you get to meet him? Did you talk to him? Was he on the set? Like asking him normal questions. Sure. I felt like, given that he's doing an adaptation of a book, right? Okay. So he's like, I didn't really, I never met him or nothing. and then he says that, and that's when like the lady starts talking to Richard Dawson on the show, and he's like, oh, this woman, this lady, she was fantastic, she was great, because he didn't want to talk about Stephen King. So he's just like, that lady is just a random old lady. She was great. She was wonderful.
Was it the crowd member that?
Yeah, she goes up there to vote or whatever. Yeah. So he starts talking about this random old lady. I don't know if it's that one. It might be a little bit earlier than that, but it's just an old lady that goes up there.
The one that says, he's a bad motherfucker. That one?
Yeah. And
that was great, man. She was awesome.
He kept doing that.
That's
the whole time. Anytime they tried to talk about something, he was like, well, And he sounds like Ben Stein, the guy that did the Clear Eyes commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sounds like
monotone?
That. Yeah.
Wow.
He was kind of boring in terms of his monotonous way that he was talking, but the stuff he was doing in the commentary was just funny.
I would have thought Arnold and Jesse Ventura would have been the commentary.
That's what I wanted.
That would have been.
That's what I wanted. I thought I was going to turn it on. I was going to hear Arnie be like, whatever. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about the commentary. It was just, I had more fun just laughing at this guy on the commentary track than the movie itself. So I don't know what that means about me. I don't know if it does anything for you, but I thought it was so funny.
It's due next week, so I might have to bring it back to the house and watch it on the commentary.
Watch it again on the commentary. You're gonna
that sounds awesome.
And it's
the fact that Paul Michael Glazier. I remember when I was watching the movie, I saw that Paul Michael Glazier was the director of it. I was like, why does that name sound so familiar? And I had to do the research on it. I was like, oh, he's from Starsky and Hutch. He's done some Miami Vice episodes. I got some film notes on him too. It's wild if you see some of the other movies the guy's done. You're like, what?
Yeah. He was a fine director for what this material is.
Straight up for what they asked him to do, he delivered.
Yeah.
Right.
What else do you need? I mean,
yeah. The movie. We'll go over those notes later on when we talk about it. But the movie was profitable. It's not like it busted in the movie theaters. It was on a $24 million budget. It did $38 million in the box office. So, not spectacular, but
not a failure.
It wasn't a failure. It didn't lose money in the box office. It was profitable.
Yeah.
So, the movie. We're just talking about it, directed by Paul Michael Glazer. I just mentioned $38 million on a $24 million budget. It was released November 13th, 1987. So, literally right around this time, that'd be what, 38 years ago?
Yeah.
This time? Which makes sense, because we're just saying that the new one is about to come out now. Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh, it says in the movie, it says it's 2017, which is so funny.
That's wild.
That the story in this movie says that it takes place in 2017.
Yeah, so yeah, spoiler, the opening subtitles of Running Man says it takes place in 2017 for a movie that came out in 1987. This is a discussion point I was going to bring up later on, but if you watch a 1987 movie and see what their vision of what 2017 looks like, also if you compare that to some other late 80s movies and what their vision of like what mid 2000 teens look like Back to the Future,
yeah,
RoboCop, like their vision of the future is pretty wild compared to what it really is.
The hellscape we're actually in.
Yeah.
You know what they got right? They got a lot of stuff right in terms of like it things becoming slowly like a dystopia. They got that stuff right, I think. That. In terms of what it looks like, they got really wrong.
I guess they kind of got right, like a survivalist type of TV show, like a game show.
Yeah.
Based on of course, the Running Man is to an extreme because you go to the death, but
yeah.
There's shows like Survivor and Fear Factor that kind of test human capability or
endurance,
human limits, endurance.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they got the doctoring footage with AI.
Wild.
That's
right.
They got that.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because we've had this discussion before with how good AI is now that you're gonna have to really scrutinize things that you see before you believe them as truth, and they do that in this movie over and over. Yeah. They do it in the book also, which is he was kind of looking into the future a little bit.
The movie is legitimately based off of a false image.
Yeah.
A
doctored image.
Yeah. Edited, doctored footage.
Yeah, sure. where it's twisting the hearts and minds of the people watching because they don't think to question it.
Right.
And they got that. So a lot of the stuff in terms of thematically they got it right.
Yeah.
But how goofy everything actually looks is a little bit.
No, it's definitely done in a very zany, cynical form.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have American Gladiators and kind of like hype it up with the lights and. You remember American Gladiators?
Oh, I love American Gladiators.
They should do that again. I'd watch it again.
I wish.
That's what American Ninja or Last Ninja Warrior or whatever that shit is, where they do the obstacle course. It's kind of the same.
Same, but they had ordinary people doing you and I were contestants.
Yeah. On American Gladiator was jacked guys.
Dude, it was they glorified them. They were they were gimmicks. They had characters.
Right. Yeah.
Nitro.
Right. They were
Blaze,
they were
whatever their names were.
Wrestling characters or something. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a kid in the early '90s, I ate that shit up.
Oh, that shit was cool. I think my grandpa used to watch that. He used to think it was funny.
So good.
Yeah. So this is really like a product of its time in that way, where it's
Running Man movie definitely.
Yeah.
The initial role for Ben Richards in the Running Man movie was meant for Christopher Reeve. Believe it or not. So
I wouldn't have liked it as much.
No. Could you imagine those one-liners with Superman and not Terminator?
Yeah, no. This is better. This is a better RD vehicle. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a Ben Richards character right there.
For the movie, it is.
Okay.
For the movie, it is.
Christopher Reeve, the 80s version of him, would probably fit the Ben Richards that they're going for in the
book.
Yeah.
If they're trying to do the book justice
Yeah, yeah.
in terms of an adaptation,
That's more Christopher Reeves.
then I'm like, fuck yeah,
The way they
put
wrote
Christopher
the
Reeves.
movie is
Yeah,
they need Stallone or Schwarzenegger or
yeah. You need a
Van
beefcake.
Damme or something.
You need a beefcake.
They made that movie for an 80s.
Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren, like they made it for like,
yeah.
you know,
Dolph Lundgren would have been good in this too. Dude, when we're done with this, are we just gonna watch Rocky 4?
I'm so down. I love Rocky 4.
Me too, dude.
I fucking love Rocky 4, man.
And you know what's funny? Like, not to go off on too much of a tangent here, but about Rocky 4, somebody actually like took a stopwatch and like timed how much of that movie is montage. Rocky 4.
Oh.
And it's like a staggering amount of montage.
But it's like, I'm willing to bet it's 57%.
It's a lot. It's like, remember when Creed dies? Spoiler alert. He's driving around and he's like pissed off. And yeah, there's so much music and just montage in that movie.
Yeah, dude. When he's working out in the
snow. Yeah. Great movie.
The soundtrack of that movie is
Survivor, dude.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. Anyway, what else? What else we got? So yeah, Christopher Reeve. If they did, yeah, I can get with it. If they're doing a loyal adaptation of the book,
not an 80s
Christopher
version.
Reeve would
The
cool.
modern version. If they did a novel adaptation, Christopher Reeve, or if they did like a miniseries, I can see Christopher Reeve doing it. But yeah, not an action packed movie like that.
But it's weird, man. They got like the spandex on. They go in those bobsled like cages.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And they're in that, and they just shoot them out through there. I mean,
wild.
it was bombastic, and it was like
Into
the
like a
opera,
game- it's like an
the
arena.
opera singer.
That's one of the major differences of the book to the movie is like the stalkers, right?
Yeah,
They were like wrestling characters. They were like
Yeah.
gimmicks. Like,
Yeah.
They would like legitimately come out of a locker room and put on their costume,
their
and
gear.
go,
Yeah,
either
there's a
opera sing
flamethrower.
or have a
The electricity
hockey
guy.
player.
The eye Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
What is
now
the-
Plane Zero?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the one-liners in the movie. I'm sorry.
I don't remember if he says a one-liner on this, but I like the part where Arnie like gets the guy's like, "Hey, couldn't you sign off on this or whatever?" And he's like, "Use my back." And then he like signs it and then like he stabs it in the back. And he's like, "Give me a copy." Fuck, dude. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
The shit he says about his shirt when they're walking through the airport about it looking like vomit, just shit like that. Dude.
Oh
Like,
man, yeah. Oh man. And then like they clearly like it's funny. I remember because I haven't seen this since I was like a kid, so I barely remembered it. Right, and then upon rewatch, I was like, the way the story set up, I'm like, man, this is so like fucking 80s action. I was like, the only lady in here is gonna be the love interest because
Oh, absolutely.
they don't ever do that unless it's
No.
gonna be that, right?
Love interest.
Yeah, and then sure enough, you know, she's like treats him like an asshole at the beginning, and then she turns on him, and then all of a sudden she's teamed up.
100%.
I liked the guy from Alien. That guy was cool. He's got a cool look. He's got like an interesting like looking face. He looks like somebody that would be there. The guy that like can hack all the shit with the glasses.
That's that Weiss. His allies are Laughlin and Weiss.
The way they looked seemed very like of all the craziness here. That seemed very realistic. It was
Sure
like
thing.
yeah, the beginning when they have those collars that explode.
It's wild.
Did you ever play? I know you're not much of a gamer, especially more recently. I used to play the fuck out of Fallout 3. Did you ever play that?
I'm aware of the Fallout series. I never played it though.
So
I'm
in
definitely aware
Fallout
of
3, there's this. You can choose to kind of you can do evil actions, and you have there's a karma system. One of the things that happens in there is, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a nod to Running Man. Right now that I think about it, is they run like a slave character can like randomly like run up to you while you're out in the world exploring. He's like, help me, I have this thing, I escaped from this slave compound. And you can choose to do the evil thing where you rig it to explode.
Oh wow.
And you can let him run off and then you see his head explode. Or you can like, if you have the points or the
Free him.
or lockpicking skill enough, you can take it off of him. And then you get karma for letting him go. And I was like, dude, I was like, that's the thing from Running Man. And I can't imagine that they've done some kind of like shock collar, like exploding collar before, but I don't remember it. This is like the only thing I can think of where I was like, oh, that's a reference to that.
Easily.
And they reference stuff all the time. But it was kind of cool, like the beginning when the guy's running away, and then his head explodes, and you just see like a dummy on the floor.
Yeah.
That was a cool head explosion, honestly.
Oh yeah, for 80s movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The barbed wire with Sub-Zero. Them finding
Jim Brown getting sawed in half.
Oh yeah.
That's a legendary NFL running back, Buzzsaw, he's like one of the best
eviscerated.
football players of all time. He's like a legendary running back from the 50s and 60s. Cleveland Browns, Jim Brown. He's like literally regarded as like top 5 NFL player of all time.
Wow,
And
I had no idea.
He's in this role being, the cast of this movie is wild. Arnold, Jesse Ventura, Dweezil Zappa is in the movie. He's one of the Resistance members.
Mm.
Richard Dawson, who is hosting.
Yeah, he
Feud at the
hosted
time.
Family Feud. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
cast,
what is
man?
this? What is this? Yeah.
For like, legitimately, it's like an hour and 40-minute movie that like, it goes really fast. Like,
This is what action movies I think are supposed to be, and I think we need to embrace that in modern movies. Is 90 minutes is fine.
100%.
90 minutes
good.
is fine. Why does every action movie feel like it needs to run on for 2.5-3 hours? They just don't. Just give us the fucking action and like let us watch a cool scene. I mean, movies just aren't the same anymore, man.
No. The dancers that are like the cheerleader dancers that are in the TV show that kind of just like dance to the mood of the show.
Mm-hmm.
All that choreography was done by Paul Abdul.
Are you serious?
100% serious. Yeah, Paul Abdul did the choreography to that movie.
To all the dancers.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Unreal.
That's another
So,
just random person
another-
that's like
just like Paul Michael Glazer, Jesse Ventura, Paul Abdul, Richard Dawson. Like, what was the set, man? What was the set like? Like, and Arnold, just like,
yeah. And then this director just kind of being over it all the time.
Like-
He mentions like not liking Arnold at the beginning, that they had to like have a whole conversation about it because there were other directors that they slated to work on this and they dropped out or weren't working for whatever reason. And the most recent one before this guy came on was like a friend of Arnold's.
interesting.
And so he was like, this new guy taking over, fuck this guy or whatever. So they kind of had tension the whole
Little
time
beef,
until
yeah.
they had a sit down about it. And they were like, hey, well, what are we going to do? I'm here. Like, I've got to work on this movie with you. We have to make it work.
We gotta make it work.
Yeah, but he does mention that, which I thought was pretty funny because like you said, what was the set like? How do you navigate that?
Just so many dynamic personalities from all.
I mean, you got to
like,
think the way they make projects like
old
this. They don't have them
professional
all
wrestler,
there.
bodybuilder,
You know, they're not all there at once. They're all doing their piece, and then it
son of a musician. Like,
yeah. Who knows? Pretty fun special effects.
for the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, pretty fun special effects. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
For the
like,
80s.
I'm not judging it with like, oh, they could have done that better. Well, of course they could have done that better. For what it is, it's really fun. The electricity, that guy, that was fun. Some of the gun stuff was a little bit wonky. I wasn't in love with that when they're shooting at each other. I'm like, this looks so bad. They're just like, they're playing with the guns the way like kids would.
Right.
What are you doing? Maybe that's a nitpick. I don't know in this already outrageous film, but it just looks so. The girl, like, she comes out with her gun and she's
Wild.
like, don't do that. You're not gonna hit anything.
They don't really explain like the resistance movement in that movie whatsoever. It's
No.
just like they're just there.
Right.
Like what
You almost get the feeling-
non-plot building.
No, well, they
Like,
set
they're
it up,
just
but
there.
lazily.
Very lazily.
It's like there, but it's like barely.
They
even.
probably could have added 30 minutes when they did editing. They're probably just like, yeah, we don't need that shit. Just get
Yeah.
We need.
We can't be like. We can't be like.
We got 96 minutes.
Yeah.
Like-
Right. I was gonna say we can't be like. Well, I like that it was like 90 minutes.
Yeah. We need people in their seats.
But they should have flushed it up. But like, no, fuck it. It doesn't matter.
There's like literally no explanation of the resistance movement. They're just there, which is cool. Like, but they're not there in the book. There's like no resistance movement in the book whatsoever.
No, it seems like society is all like that. Well, let's finish the movie discussion and then we'll jump and we'll talk about the book.
Last thing I want to say about the movie, like I said, it grossed $38 million, right? We know Arnold's in a ton of movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't even break the top 20 of his. Like, that's even wild to say that. It doesn't even break the top 20 of his highest grossing movies in the box office, right? I mean, okay. You would think T2 is the highest grossing one.
Absolutely.
Right?
That if you were to ask me what do I think it is, I would have guessed
You
T2.
guessed T2, right?
Yeah.
What do you think T2 did in the box office?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like these guessing games, man. Just tell me.
519 million.
Jesus Christ.
So it did over 10. It did over 10 times the amount that Running Man did when that movie came out, right? Believe it or not, Terminator 3 was the second highest one.
How?
I guess off the hype of the Terminator series.
Just the hype.
The hype, right? Not a great movie at all.
Right.
It's honestly, that's like a 2.5 star movie. Quite honestly, the third Terminator movie.
Oh man, I wouldn't even go 2.5.
Rise of the Machines, right? 433 million, right? True Lies did 378. Total Recall did 261. His 20th ranked movie is Junior,
Where he gets pregnant.
where he gets pregnant at 108 million. Now, sandwiched in there is like your Batman and Robins, your Total Recalls, Eraser, Twins. Predator gets in there.
Yeah, how did he?
But like, yeah, that string of. So like, number 19 was Terminator 1, and 18 was Conan the Barbarian. You also got to take into effect those movies came out at a time where movies were probably like $4 or $5 to go to at the most.
right.
At the most, so adjusting inflation, it's there, but
Yeah.
it
Because he did Conan before this, right?
yeah, he did Conan in 82. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So he did Conan like right when the book came out. The book came out in 82, and this movie came out in 87.
Oh, that's right. I did.
But just the scope of like where this movie and as far as Arnold movies, how it was received in the box office compared to like what he eventually became in the 90s, and like, I mean, 519 million in the box office is stupid, right?
Yeah.
Compared to like what Running Man did, which was 38 million. Wild. But again, he had those are his popular movies, right? It's wild to believe that there's Junior is his 20th ranked one. And we still haven't talked about like Raw Deal, Commando, Red Heat. Like there's a bunch of Conan the Destroyer.
Right. Is that the one where
Red
he writes?
Sonja.
Is that the one where he writes all over the guy?
I think so.
Where he brings him back to life through because he does like
So, yeah.
calligraphy all over him or something?
I think so.
Is that Conan the
I
Destroyer
think
or
it's
is it the
Destroyer.
Barbarian?
I don't think it's the Barbarian. I think it's the Destroyer.
Right. Because that always stuck with me.
It's been a while since I've seen those.
I'd like
movies.
to. Maybe we should do Conan.
We can do. I would love to do Conan the series.
We'd have to
That'd be
read.
dope.
You have to read some of them though.
Read them, and then that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically all I have on the film notes, aside from what it differs from the book. But as far as like actual movie notes, directed by the Gross, when it came out, legitimately it came out 38 years ago, almost to the day.
Yeah.
A week. We were filming this on November 5th. Yeah, November 13th, 87.
Wow.
38 years.
And then there's the new one's gonna be like by the time this is edited and up, it'll be like a couple days and then the new one comes out.
So that being said, this movie came out November 13th, 1987. The movie, they envision it being in 2017. So their vision of what 40 years later is, golly, so insanely.
But again, it's like it is different, and it is like they're playing it up. It's tongue in cheek. Like that's the thing. It's tongue in cheek, but again, the theme of like dumbing everybody down and people being obsessed with like gambling and like TV shows being part of like the like herd mind with watching a TV show like a competitive where you can call in and you can.
We're kind of there.
That's all a thing.
It is a thing.
It's not wrong.
No.
They didn't get it wrong.
No. Where they did get it wrong was just like
How intense it is.
How intense it is.
It's not. The concept is still the same.
Right.
You know, and I could see a future where we exploit prisoners in this way with entertainment. Not we exploit them anyways.
I mean, we're already sending them in islands where alligators surround them. So.
Yeah, but I mean for like, you know, imagine if they were like, hey, we're gonna make a show out of this. it doesn't seem that far off anymore.
So wild, it really doesn't.
What the fuck's going on, man?
Oh man, this book.
Yeah, let's talk about the book.
This book. So, main difference from this book to the movie, right? You got the main character is Ben Richards, right? That's who Arnold plays. That's who Glenn Powell's going to play. I'm pretty sure his name is Glenn Powell. I hope I'm not saying his name wrong. But what his motivation in the book is clearly different than what his motivation is in the movie, right? The nature of the game in itself, like the actual
the games are not, they're nowhere near the same.
Yeah. So the premise of the game in the book versus the premise of the game in the movie, again, I think the only thing they really got right out of it was like the fact there's like a game show host and they kind of like make it a spectacle.
Right.
For viewers. But I think that's probably the only thing the book and the movie really, really share in common.
Yeah, that's the only thing is like some names stay the same and then
like Killian in the book is like kind of like the overseer. He's not the host. Like
right.
He's got his own host to host the show.
Right.
Where Killian in the movie is all of it, right? He's the host, he's the overseer of the game show network.
I get it, to
network,
simplify it.
Right?
Well, his motivation, let's talk about that. His motivation
Ben's motivation
in the book is to afford medicine for his 12-year-old daughter who's sick.
Got a sick daughter. Yeah.
He's got a sick daughter, and they even have a conversation that things are so bad he like has to uncomfortably like deal with maybe his wife selling her body.
Sure. It's
how desperate the situation is.
It's hinted at, but it's not like verbatimly.
No,
said.
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say it outright, but you're kind of like, oh, that's something
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on. It's really leaning into the fact that it isn't just that he remember because in the movie he shoots people and he's like they're fighting over food. They're just hungry. I'm not going to do this.
Right.
But in the book, it's like he would have been one of those people rioting for food. So there's like a.
That's totally true. Yeah.
It's like he's that low. You know, and they even go to like there's coins. There's even a whole different monetary system in the book.
There is.
Remember?
Yeah,
they talk about using different
like new dollars or some shit like
that. Yeah. So you even have to have the right money. There's a part where he gets on the show and he just like he drinks himself silly because he's just never been able to because he can't afford to. So he's like, I'm just gonna indulge because fuck it.
Yep.
Keep going. Yeah, go down the list. Let's knock some of these out because these are like not anywhere near the same.
Do you think Ben Richards? Again, I don't know if it's verbatimly said in the book. Do you think he was black in the book?
I think he would have been more uncomfortable when the race stuff comes up. I don't think it says.
You don't think he's like an actual black dude himself?
I don't think he's a black dude. Because I think he would have reacted differently when people are being like, oh, there's a, you know.
Because it kind of went through my head while I was reading the book and going through the audiobook myself. I was like, man, it doesn't say, again, just like his wife selling her body. It doesn't really say verbatim, but you can make some assumptions here and there. It's like, I wonder if this is the black dude that's going through this.
That would be an interesting twist.
Right?
Yeah. I could get down with that because then it would add another element of him not fitting in.
I've been without the book for a minute, so I was trying to find some.
I feel like
actual annotations of it, but I couldn't.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. No, but I might be wrong. Maybe I missed that detail, or maybe it's like you said. You're supposed to kind of put it together.
Right.
But there's too many allusions to race for him to not actually say a line about it.
Sure.
Which is why I don't think so. You know, there's a lot of he goes around and you know he talks to like a guy in a motel, whoever. And the guy's like, yeah, we've got some of them moving in or whatever. He's like says it. They say it too nonchalantly,
right?
And he doesn't react
in a
to make
way.
Me think, or to just like a pissed off or anything. So which makes me think he's not because he's talking to a white guy. So I'm leaning on he's probably a white guy.
He's probably just a white dude. Yeah.
He's probably a white guy.
He's probably just a white dude. Yeah. We touched on.
But that would be cool if they remade this as with him being like a black actor. That'd be cool. I could get down with that.
It was just something kind of just. Across the head.
No, I completely understand why you wondered that though.
We touched the fact that he's like a lower class dude.
Absolutely bad.
He's a family man.
Yep.
Like that's the whole reason behind this is he's trying to get shit for his daughter, but he doesn't have a whole lot going for him, right? Whereas in the movie, He's a framed police officer, military dude, whatever. He's obviously like an established.
Yeah, yeah,
like
right.
He's got some sort of role. He's got some sort of prominence. He's of higher status.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He gets forced into a concentration camp because of not partaking in actions that he wants to do. Right, with the squad in the helicopter in the very beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty insane. Then he does this like rebel movement with the guys that he meets in the concentration camp. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got friends, which he doesn't have in the book.
He meets some people that are not unfriendly.
He meets a squad.
You're right.
He doesn't bring
They
them
feel
along.
like his crew.
Yeah, he doesn't like bring them along. Like in the movie, no, he's got like a crew that he's gonna go out of his way for to like make sure they're okay. Like,
yeah.
Whereas in the book, he's not going out. He's only going for his daughter.
Right.
There's no motivation to help anybody else except his daughter. Whereas in the movie, he gets emotional when he loses his friends.
Right.
Right. But he gets the ultimate.
You really do, yeah. They do make him.
Because he gets a chick. So.
Yeah, they like isolate him in the book. They make him very much feel like, it's like cat and mouse the whole time, where he's like just barely escaping, and then he has to come up with some clever way to keep going. The game itself is different. We need to talk about that. Yeah. So in the movie, it's more of like a gladiator arena. He's going through specific sections, and he's trying to last.
They're going against characters, like they're legitimately going against like.
But in the
these immortalized, glorified, like there's no way you can beat these guys. Type of characters.
Well, I feel like the game is probably harder in the book to survive the entire country, where they get if somebody sells you out, because I think they have to last
the month.
30 days.
Yeah.
Right. The record is 8 days. The record for survival is 8 days.
Okay.
So you're like, this is hopeless, because somebody that's tuning into The Running Man, which is a popular show even in the book.
In the book, yeah, it's like the #1 show in the book.
So if everybody's watching that, you go, we're looking out for where the fuck he is, so you can sell him out and cash a check. Like, so he's fucked. And he has to make video calls.
Right.
He has to record himself being like, here's what's going on.
Yeah.
And then he has to send them through. So like that's part of the stipulation of it, and then he can get penalized for not doing it. So that's not in the movie at all.
No. I mean, in the there's not a monetary prize in the movie. It's just you're out there for survival, basically, right?
Well, I think they show who supposedly survived living in an island.
They killed him off,
right? So no, there's definitely no prize. Yeah, right. In the book,
they found him in the incinerator. It's like burnt to a crisp in the locker rooms or some shit.
Yeah. In the book, it's 2025.
That's right.
Not 2017.
Which is
so
why they're releasing the shit today.
They did that on it too.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it was like however many years from the kids incident with it to when they were adults. That's like 27 years or something. That's how many years.
Oh, so
that happened in it.
Interesting.
When the new it came out, it was landing on, this is when it would have happened, however many years later. And so this is kind of weirdly kind of coincidental.
I dig that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's more accurate than 2017.
There's something called a freebie.
That's right. The Freeview.
The Freeview, which is like an Amazon product now.
Right.
Where you can watch
like
shows.
Games.
Well, things have changed, but it used to be associated with Amazon, and you could watch a streaming service, Freevee. You could watch a movie, but it would run ads. And now it's like everything just has ads, right?
Right.
Dystopia. But I thought it was a 1984 reference. Did you ever read 1984?
Oh yeah, it's been a long time.
I fucking love 1984. Now, in that, they legally, every household has to have, I think they're called telescreens. And it's understood that it has a mic, and it could be listening, they could be watching, it has a camera, but you had to have it on all the time. And they basically, anybody could be tuning in.
Yeah.
Anybody from Big Brother could be watching you. And I think having this free television in everybody's household
it's kind of a
is
to it.
I think it's an homage or like a reference to 19. That's what I think. no, I don't think Mr. King said anything about it, but I think it seems pretty clear that it's like a
the
1984.
way that society is going.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that it's a nod to 1984. So that happened. He blows up a YMCA.
He blows up a lot of shit in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but he specifically mentions one of them as a YMCA. I don't know what that means. If it's just a because YMCA was just
blows up the actual game network at the end of the movie, at the end of the book.
Yeah, he flies a plane into it.
Right into it.
While his guts are spilling out.
So wild.
And that was, I do have a gripe. I have a gripe. Can I just say this right here?
Sure.
And I voted this as pretty average.
That's
I said this is pretty average in our 5-star, right? So one of the gripes that I had with this was I was okay with having the chapters count down.
Right.
I was okay with that. But the chapters, the numbering system doesn't really mean anything.
No, not at all.
Did you have a problem with that? Because for me, I was like, okay, it's not like counting the days. It wasn't like...
I was trying to figure... You're right. I was trying to figure out what the numbering, like, what the actual importance...
The significance of it was. Right.
Just, there wasn't any.
It was it was arbitrary.
Is it timing me reading the book?
That's the only thing it could be.
Like...
Yeah.
Is it... Because it's each chapter is labeled minutes remaining, right? If I'm not mistaken. Like... 46 minutes remaining or something like that, right?
It just says minus 80 and counting.
Minus 80 and counting.
Or whatever, minus 52 and counting. Yeah, God, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's...
And then the chapters are short. I mean, it's
a fun thriller. It's a fun thriller, yeah.
Quick read, but...
But that I had kind of an issue with. I was like, why do it that way if it doesn't...
Chapter 1, 2?
Yeah. I just thought it was weird. I was like, it's just stylish for no reason. The Richard Bachman thing too.
Maybe it's just a Bachman thing. Maybe it's just Bachman being
because he's playing
he's doing a bunch of cocaine.
A pseudonym. Well, I looked into the pseudonym thing, and there's a couple of theories as to why this is, and I think I agree with one more than the other. So one of the things about Bachman, Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman, was that he became pretty successful as a writer very fast. Stephen King did. And he was like, well, at this point, I feel like people are just buying my books because my name's attached. And that doesn't mean that my book is doing well. It's just that, oh, this is the Shining guy or this is the whatever. So came up with the concept of Richard Bachman. And it's like a picture of some other guy and whatever. He has a whole backstory. And sold his own books under this other name.
Interesting.
To be like...
Am I really that good?
Does my work stand for itself? Like, would somebody still read it if it had a different name? And the secret comes out pretty fast. I think people found out that it was Stephen King pretty quick. And I'm like, okay, that's a fine theory. And I don't know that this has ever necessarily been spoken on. I actually don't think so. But the other theory is that it has something to do with how the publishing house, the publishing company, writes checks to people. So... specific contracts only let you write a book a year or whatever it was.
Oh, okay. This makes sense.
This is where I lean, where he was like, well, what if I go under a pseudonym? Then he could collect a check twice for the book he sold as Stephen King and the book he sold as Richard Bachman. So he could collect from the publishing house twice.
It makes total sense. Why not?
That's where I'm leaning because I'm cynical enough to believe that.
It could be both.
And why not? Why couldn't it just be both?
It could be both,
but
ironically, you get paid for both of it. Like
it says Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman, and I think there's a hardcover collection of the Richard Bachman books. One of them is about a school shooting, which is kind of crazy.
Interesting.
Called Rage, if I got that right. Where it's a story about a school shooting in like the 80s, and it's writing as Richard Bachman, so it's a horror story of like having to survive that. Whatever, yeah. And it's not a Stephen King. I mean, it's Stephen King, but it's a writing as Richard Bachman. So I think there's a collection of the Bachman books, as it were. Is Thinner one of those?
I'm not too sure, man.
There's a couple.
This is the first like notable Bachman one that I've read.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I've been I've knocked out a pretty good chunk of. I don't know. Stephen King's written like 80 something books at this point.
A ton.
But I've read my fair share of Mr. King. Pet Cemetery, all the big ones. Pet Cemetery.
Same, but this
Shining.
is the first I've read that's like actual.
Dolores Claiborne.
We did Dolores Claiborne.
Yeah, we did Dolores Claiborne. We should do Gerald's game. We should
Oh,
get Jeremy.
Gerald's
We should
game.
get Jeremy on it.
I would love to do Gerald's game. That'd be fun because it's connected to Dolores.
Uh-huh.
Cool thing about the bringing up the whole Stephen King thing in the book. So he travels in the book, whereas in the movie, like we talked about, they're just like in a game show arena.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, he's going to New York. He's going to Boston.
Right.
He ends up in Stephen King's town in Maine.
Derry.
He ends up in Derry over there. So
I wrote that too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I wrote that too.
It's pretty cool that
they are self-referential. He mentions places that he writes, like fictional places.
I'm pretty sure that's where that Game Network building is at.
It's in Derry.
Maine. I think that's where the last. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read the book, but I think that's where.
I mean, details get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
that's
but
where,
I wouldn't. If it is, cool. Hell yeah.
I think that's where the last act is, and when he flies his
plane
into the building. Yeah.
And he's like, I think doesn't the perspective shift into the overseer?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm pretty sure the plane's coming at me, and I see him flip, and he's like flipping
Killian.
off.
It's from Killian. Yeah.
And you're
it's
like,
from Killian's point of view.
yeah, because you root for him. You want him to win, even when he's doing stuff where you're like, oh man, that's kind of wild. Where he takes the hostage, and you go, oh okay, we're going there. Cool. You know, you're doing what you have to do. There's a couple of times where he like goes under disguise.
That's right.
He disguises himself as a priest at one point, and there's another thing he does where he.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's a blind priest, I think. He pretends to be a blind priest. He like hides in the back of a car. We have to talk about there's kind of a subplot here with a character who got some kind of illness, and it's because this dystopian future that they're in, the air is like dangerous. It's like you shouldn't be breathing the air there because it's like making people sick. And
That's right.
Like there's a whole part where he like befriends like some kid, I think. Am I getting that wrong? I feel like
you're right. You're right.
And they have to wear
a kid who's like super sick as well.
Yeah, and they have to wear like a nose filter
because of his daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing where it's like, well, we bought these and they're like counterfeit, so they're not doing shit. And he's like, well, you know, I'm trying to do some research on what the fuck's in the air. And so there's like this element. So you can tell Stephen King is very much putting his like politics in. Like he's trying to be very aware of environmentalism and about late stage capitalism and all that stuff. So that's very much, he doesn't shy away from that in any of his novels. Like, you know, some of them he doesn't really write political stuff. Like The Shining doesn't really have that too much. But like the ones that do have it, he's not afraid to lean into it.
Sure.
And this is very much a criticism on
absolutely
like the culture of that of.
I wonder how people are going to take the new one that comes out in our.
I'm curious. I don't think they're going to go. I don't think they're going to go that far.
Yeah.
Because people will feel like, oh, why is there politics in my action movie? Right. Even though they almost always have it.
Some sort of it, or I mean, even if it's not delivered in there, people are going to watch or are going to comment on it and say, "Oh,
absolutely,
that's totally going on in today's day."
Absolutely,
right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
But yeah, there's that whole thing of like he's almost like a rat. Not, and I don't mean it in a disparaging way in terms of like a snitch. I mean it like
it's just
like sneaking around in a sewer
right.
and like really getting not afraid to get dirty and hurt and. It's not like these weird. I mean, the mercenaries feel like they're kind of famous in the context of the show in the book, but they're not like wacky wrestling like caricatures. They're like, oh, this mercenary he always gets his target. You know, there's that.
Right.
You know, so that's really in there, and you go, okay, yeah, I can kind of get down with that. Where it's serious. It's not. He's not. This book is not played for laughs. This movie definitely is.
For laughs, yeah, for sure.
So there's a
doctor images left and right. Like the Jesse Ventura character is a total satire on their society at that time.
Yeah.
Like 80s society at the time.
Yeah.
Just like macho, working out, spandex.
Oh, what's her name?
Always winning. Like positive.
The lady is even watching like a workout tape. And it's Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
And he's like just a show. He was just in a show. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I'm so glad we decided to do this. Honestly, I was like, even if we weren't trying to squeeze it in before the new movie came out, We'd been talking about this.
No, it's
because we were talking about Arnie movies and Stephen King stuff, and we're like, hey, what about Running Man?
It was just a natural fit because I remember watching the trailer for the new one coming out, and I was like, man, I can't believe they're redoing the Running Man. I love that movie growing up as a kid. And then we've been doing Stephen King stuff, talking about Stephen King. We were talking about, Arnold action movies that were not the Terminator and like not. It was just.
Oh, it came from us talking about True Lies.
True, I love. We got to do True Lies.
we'll do it.
True Lies. Is
well, we should knock out some more Arnie movies.
Yeah, I mean James Cameron did True Lies, so like it's legit a really good fucking movie.
And we just talked about Jamie Lee Curtis on our last episode.
She's so good looking in that movie, man. As a middle-aged woman in that movie, wow, nails it.
We're just gonna drool over Jamie Lee Curtis for a second.
There's a scene where she takes her clothes off in that movie.
It's great.
It's
one of the things that everybody remembers. It's like there's the part with the Harrier jet, and then there's the dance.
Oh yeah,
it's like that's all anybody fucking remembers.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible. Especially as like a budding like teenage boy. I think when it came out, I don't remember how old I was. I must have been a teenager when I saw it. Maybe not when it came out, but when I saw it.
It was a movie theater experience for me because it came out, I believe, the same weekend as Jurassic Park. So we did Jurassic Park.
Are you fucking serious?
We did.
Oh, I must have seen. I saw it way later then. It had been out for a while.
Maybe
then.
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, True Lies was 94. Jurassic Park was 93.
Oh, that's close enough.
I forgot what we paired.
I saw it. I saw it when I was a teenager, so I must have just seen it later. I was not a teenager when fucking Jurassic Park came out. I was a child.
Yeah, I was definitely a child when Jurassic Park came out.
It's not deep enough that we need to kind of go too far. It's a fun, like we said, it's a fun thriller.
So it's a quick read, very very quick on the audiobook, and like I said, I like the read. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think you gave it a solid 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's not a bad score.
It's not a bad score. It's a quick read. It's action packed. It's fun.
This is definitely not one of my favorite Stephen King books at all.
Yeah,
I would almost
not mine either, but it's not shitty by any means.
No, I didn't feel like my time was wasted. I was like, oh, it was fun. I was having fun.
I was definitely entertained by it. The movie, I'm always entertained by the movie. Like I said, grew up with it as a kid.
What do you prefer?
Watch it. Probably the book, honestly. I'm really intrigued. I like the book after I saw the movie first as a kid. Read the book recently. Rewatched the movie as an adult. I definitely like the book a little better.
So push comes to shove, right? You can only watch this movie one more time or read this book one more time. What are you gonna do?
Probably read the book one more time.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, I think I actually kind of want to like launch into it again, and just maybe watch the new one.
I think the new one. I mean, the trailers look kind of.
I think it's gonna be bad, bro.
Kind of whatever.
I think it's gonna be bad.
I think it's gonna do justice to the book, but the actual execution of it, yeah, it's gonna be.
I think so.
Pretty.
It's my opinion, man.
2025 zany shitty.
Yeah, I think you know what
it looks like a Jason Statham movie.
You know what I'm annoyed by is some of these the trend of like trailers putting popular songs on top. I think there's something about that really I hate to say something so stupid, but like gave me the ick. Have you ever heard somebody say that? That's kind of the vibe I got. You know, cringy, whatever. I was watching. I was like, oh man, they put that song they play. I don't remember what it's called, but it's
also coming out in November. So like movies that typically come out in November that don't make it to like December.
Who asked for this though? You know what I mean?
I think it's just the timing of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like this November of 2025.
Because the actor in it is not some huge actor.
No, the actor he's in a Hulu series where he plays a quarterback that's like they made a bit out of it with the Manning brothers where like they put one of the Manning brothers in disguise to go on a college campus to try out as a quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. And the Manning brothers are like the best NFL quarterbacks of all time. They're like super good, right?
Sure.
So I think it was Eli. They dressed him up as like a walk-on freshman to go compete. So like the freshman quarterbacks there, or the quarterbacks are already on the roster, were just like, what the fuck's this guy that's coming on here? And it's Eli Manning, so the guy just like tears it up in practice. So they're just like, they feel like a little threatened about it, not knowing that it's a gag, right? So I think they made a TV show out of it that this Glenn Powell guy's on. So he's on this Hulu TV show where he plays a quarterback that alludes to that, where he's like in disguise. I don't know the exact details behind it.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, all right.
He's got this with the Running Man going on at the same time. Okay. So he's got multiple things going on. At the same time,
He's an actor.
But
He's a working actor.
They both look really mediocre-ish.
Okay, right. I was like, this doesn't sound interesting at all.
It's not.
Like, not. I mean, you're telling it fine. I'm just like, well, okay.
I think it's Glenn Powell.
He's
I
to
want look at it.
Yeah, look it up. He's a guy. He's a quarterback in disguise. Cool. They made a whole show about that. Like that's. I don't know.
Glenn Powell. That's who it is.
No offense to Mr. Powell here. No offense to Mr. Powell, but I'm like who's going like, man, is it just okay? What I'm really asking is, are the studios clamoring for just more IPs? Sure. Are they just looking for intellectual property? Are they just looking for something they can make a fucking another remake out of? It's been long enough. We can probably do another remake. Is that what this is?
Dude,
because
I've had that problem with movies for a while.
I can't remember the last time anybody besides you, anybody talked about The Running Man. I cannot remember.
Sure.
And we and our conversations go deep into this kind of stuff. So like this is unique for us because this is our interest, and we'll like, hey, we did Blockbuster. We know like old movies. We like go back and rewatch stuff, and we read, and we read for fun.
Totally.
So
go to your library.
Support your local library.
Support your local library.
And this is kind of fitting, very fitting for us. But I'm like, in the social zeitgeist of this, like, who's asking for it? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Who is asking for it? It's just, I want to know. I want to know if it's going to be successful. I hope it's going to be good. I hope Mr. Powell pulls fucking through.
I hope it's better than I expect. I'm expecting a legit just mediocre 5 out of 10 on the next movie that comes out. The new rendition of this Running Man.
Yeah.
Like, it comes out here in a couple weeks or so. By January or February, it will be on streaming services.
Maybe we'll have to talk about it again.
Yeah. Like, it's just going to, like, go like that.
No one's going to be talking about it. No, I can almost guarantee you no one's going to be talking about it.
It's just going to pass by.
Yeah.
Like,
so let me ask you this. What do you want to do next? We can definitely talk about it after the cameras stop rolling, but if you had something in mind, I think it would be fun.
Think about it, yeah. We can do...
If we can get Jeremy back on board doing...
Huh? We can do Conan.
Conan would be good, because the short stories, you can get through them pretty quick.
Yeah.
And we don't really have to read all of them, just so that we have a couple of Conans under the belt.
Or we can do Total Recall, if you want to do the Philip K. Dick with...
I have to find it, but yeah. I have to find it.
Compare it to the shitty Colin Farrell rendition.
Oh, so we'd have to watch the original. No,
we don't have to watch it. We don't have to watch.
I'd rather watch the Arnie and then the Philip K. Dick. So is your head? We should do another Arnie thing.
Sure.
Because that would be fun to do another Arnie adaptation. So doing Conan would work.
I can spit Arnold off memory because I'm a big Arnold fan.
So doing Conan would be cool.
Conan would be cool. Would be cool.
Well, I want if we're doing an adaptation. So the Philip K. Dick one would be cool.
Philip K. Dick. Total Recall would be cool. What else was the adaptation?
There's a bunch of stuff. So you want to stick with Arnie stuff for now?
Yeah.
Let's do another Arnie. Okay, cool. I'm down with that. I think on that note, we did it. We got to the end.
I feel good.
You feel good? You guys feel good?
I feel good.
If you're watching this after,
I think we went through all the notes.
Yeah.
I mentioned Paul Abdul.
You sure did.
I feel good.
Remember when she did that dance with the fucking cartoon character?
Are you talking about the music video?
Yeah.
Opposites Attract?
I don't remember what the song was called, but it's like where the cat comes out and they dance.
I think it's the Opposites Attract music video.
Wow. Paul Abdul, what a talent.
We'll look it up after we
Shout out to you, Paul Abdul. Thanks for subscribing to the Chorizo Bros, by the way. Maybe come on the show. We'd love to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger with you.
Paul Abdul.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks so much. Hey, give us a quick if you happen to be watching this video after you saw the new movie come out, give us your take on it. We want to know.
Absolutely.
We got to know what's going on. Absolutely. Give us your take on any of this stuff. We got to get some opinions in here. 100%. Tell us we're right. Tell us we're wrong. Yell at us a little bit. It's fine. We love it. Bye, guys. We'll see you on the next one.